Erik ten Hag confirms that Sofyan Amrabat is injured and won't be available for the Brighton game. That's what we'll be discussing on today's show. But before we jump into that, please do smash a like on the video and please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. So this question's I've been asked this question all day and we finally got the answer. This is coming directly from Erik ten Hag via the Manchester United official website. And he says, Amrabat came back from international duty, unfortunately with an injury, so he will not be available for tomorrow's game against Brighton. But I think it will be a short injury, yes, and I'm sure we will get a lot of joy from them. I mean, what does that mean? It's not great, is it? I really did think that he would be able to start this game tomorrow because obviously we heard the Morocco manager come out a couple of weeks ago saying that he was sending him back to Manchester to get him prepared for the game against Brighton, obviously knowing that he had a slight injury. He would come back to Carrington and hopefully they'd work him back to fitness. That obviously hasn't happened. I know that Erik ten Hag will be really disappointed about this because I think Amrabat is the kind of player we need in this game against Brighton. I think he's essential to solidify that midfield. A midfield of Sofyan Amrabat and Casemiro with Bruno Fernandes sat in front of them. I think that's solid. I think you can compete with the better teams with that. Whereas if you're having to play Eriksen next to Casemiro against a really strong Brighton team, I think that's a big worry. Obviously, at this point, we don't know how long he's going to be out injured for. Obviously, he signed, 2 weeks ago? So it has already been a couple of weeks that he's been injured. And apparently, it's also coming out that the whole time that he was in Fiorentina, he was also out with an injury for around a month. So the question I want to ask Manchester United is, why did they go and do this deal if they knew he was already injured and that he would still be injured for weeks more? Because the thing you have to remember is, right, at the moment, this is just a loan deal. It's not, we haven't bought Amrabat, it's a loan. We've got him till the end of the season. He's already been injured for the first month with Fiorentina, supposedly. He's now come here. He's been injured for the last 2 weeks, and now he's unable to play the game against Brighton. I doubt he'll play against Bayern. That's in, 3 days' time? On Wednesday next week, so 3 or 4 days' time. So it does make me question what Manchester United's protocol is here. If you then think back to Rasmus Højlund, he was injured as well when we bought him. He didn't play for, 5 or 6 weeks. Then you've got, Varane, Shaw, Malacia, Mason Mount, Heaton, Ahmad, Mainu. Obviously, Sancho's out of the team. Antony's out of the team. There's all of these people out of the team. I don't really understand how it's even possible to be in this position so early on in the season. I think we're in an absolutely terrible moment of luck. I know that injuries are a lot of the time down to luck, but this does feel just like it's one of those seasons where we're in an absolute strange position. Obviously, no one would have expected us to be in this position 3 games into the season, would we? And we have to go and beat Brighton tomorrow. And I think that losing Sofyan Amrabat is a massive blow for Manchester United. It really is. We've just got to hope that the injury isn't very bad. We don't know at this point what the injury is. But Erik ten Hag has confirmed that Sofyan Amrabat is injured and he won't be available for the game against Brighton, which is, of course, I think it's devastating. I really do, because all week long, we've heard from various different journalists in the UK that he will be available, that he's, going to be at least on the bench, blah. And it just shows you that sometimes you do have to just take what journalists in the UK say with a pinch of salt, because they'll claim one thing and then all it takes is Erik ten Hag to come out, as I said, on the official Manchester United website and just completely rubbish all of those stories. I think James Ducker had said it. A couple of other journalists in the UK had said that they were, that it was likely that he would be available for the game tomorrow. So yeah, he won't be available, but we are apparently hoping that it will be a short-term injury, whatever that means. Is that a couple of weeks? I don't know. I know a lot of you are going to be really frustrated with this story. I know a lot of you were really looking forward to seeing Sofyan Amrabat. You heard me bang on about him all summer and about how excited I was to see him play in that midfield for Manchester United. I thought he would have been a massive signing for us. And we've just got to hope that this injury doesn't drag out for too long. I really hope that. But do let me know in the comment section below, does this change your expectations for the game against Brighton tomorrow? Are you now going into this game feeling concerned? Let me know what your thoughts are. For me, I was relatively confident knowing that we had Sofyan Amrabat and Casemiro. I thought that was solid. But having to see a midfield of Eriksen and Casemiro, it does concern me a little bit. I think we will get sliced through like butter with that midfield. Obviously, the Brighton team have got some exceptional players, some exceptional young, motivated players. So it is going to be a massive game. But let me know what your score predictions are. Let me know how big a blow you think this is about Sofyan Amrabat. Obviously, as soon as we get more information on this story, we will, of course, bring it to you. This has been Daily Red Devil. I've been Kieran. Please do make sure to smash a like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll catch you all later.